All right, so we are going to react to VEO, which is Google's latest text to video generator, competitor with Sora and OpenAI. So it's going to be super interesting. I'm going to approach this from a view of just someone in the video industry, as a director, as a producer, as a just creative, and just give my reaction. I haven't seen the full thing. Apparently, this is filmmaking with Donald Glover and his creative studio, Gilga. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, this is just my reaction. Let's get into it and see what's going on. So let's do it. Also, the sound might be a little weird. Mac, OBS, completely different. But yeah, hopefully the audio is good. And then I can just overlay maybe the video audio later on. So yeah, let's do it.
Well, I've been interested in AI for a couple of years now. We got in contact with some of the people at Google, and they had been working on something of their own. So we're all meeting here at Gilga Farms to make a short film.
The core technology is Google DeepMind's generative video model that has been trained to convert input text into output video.
It looks good.
We are able to bring ideas to life that were otherwise not possible. We can visualize things on a timescale that's 10 or 100 times faster than before.
When you're shooting, you can't really iterate as much as you wish. And so we've been hearing that feedback is that it allows for like more optionality, more iteration, more improvisation.
But that's what's cool about it. It's like you can make a mistake faster. That's all you really want at the end of the day. At least in art, it's just to make mistakes fast.
So using Gemini's multimodal capabilities to optimize the model training process, VEO is able to better capture the nuance from prompts. So this includes cinematic techniques and visual effects, giving you total...
So here's the thing, and I think Donald Glover put this perfectly, is like being able to make mistakes faster and fixing those mistakes. I think it's a game changer. Visually, I think it looks, good. I don't think it's fully there. I'm sure. I don't know how cherry picked these results are. Similar to Sora, I don't know how cherry picked those results were, but I think through time this will become a lot more accurate, and those little nuances I think might still stand out to a trained eye, but I'm assuming sooner than we realize it's going to just become seamless, where you're not going to be able to tell. Again, this comes with also prompt engineering, being good at that, and knowing how to fix those mistakes, because now the mistakes isn't how you film something, how you move the camera, how you did this and that. It's how you inputted a text and how you describe something and what works and what doesn't. So I think that keeping that in mind, prompt engineering when it comes to this is going to become really key, because that's how you're going to fix your mistakes, by changing the prompt. And I think similar to Midjourney, there might be other tools as well for you to modify a certain outcome to then a different outcome. But I think that's just the first thing that kind of comes to mind initially. But I think when you compare it to Sora and OpenAI's text to video image or text to video generator, I don't really see too much of a difference. But let's kind of dive deeper into this.
Total creative control.
Everybody's going to become a director, and everybody should be a director, because at the heart of all of this is just storytelling.
Boom, right there. Everyone's going to become a director. Everyone should become a director. And at the end of the day, it's all just storytelling. Going back to the mistakes thing, is you fix your mistakes by reshooting a certain shot, or reshooting a scene, or adding a scene, taking away a scene. You become a director and editor at the same time, but then you're also now a prompt engineer at the same time. And learning the principles of storytelling, of introducing a character, introducing an event that puts them into action, that presents a problem, that presents conflict and resolution, and how they get to certain things, and implementing certain themes in what you create to maximize the impact that it has on the viewer. Super key things. At the end of the day, it's just storytelling. And I think this tool will be used for more than just storytelling. I think you might be able to take a picture of a product just from your phone and input that and modify that and sharpen that up and clean it up and do certain things with it that maybe might take days to set up and prepare for when you're shooting in live action. So it's just storytelling. I think this will be definitely used for storytelling, and then definitely used for more product focused, consumer marketing. Now but then again, similar to just understanding the principles of storytelling, it's understanding the principles of what makes a good ad. How can you create something that when people see it, they want to buy a product, right? And how do you make it stand out? But now, aside from just being the strategist and having a director and then having a good editor that, each of those people have a different role, you're almost at this point, you have the ability to be all three of them. But now the next thing or the next kind of responsibility or skill that you have to stack on top of that is how to engineer prompts and how to modify things and really fine-tuning the results to where you want them. This is my opinion. This is just kind of how I'm seeing things and how they might play out. But let's kind of see what else Donald Glover has to say.
The closer we are to being able to tell each other our stories, the more we'll understand each other.
These models are really enabling us to be more creative and to share that creativity with each other.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be very disruptive technology as it starts getting rolled out into more public access. Again, just like any new technology, there's going to be nuances, I think, that you're going to have to learn and figure out creative ways, but then also more literal ways of how you're going to incorporate this into a workflow. Some of these shots are based on like what I've seen from Sora. They might have been a little bit easier to generate. Now, the question is how quickly and if it can the technology get to the point where it generates very nuanced and specific types of shots and situations and actions that look natural, that physically, make sense, and what kind of training and what kind of skill will it take from a human being to generate the prompts that hopefully generate that outcome? And how can you also use the other AI technologies like the Claudes of the world, the Geminis of the world, the Llama 3s, the Chat GPTs to help you become that, or be also to an assistant prompt engineer with you alongside this journey? I mean, just right off the bat, assuming it's released and it's not able to do these very complex tasks or generate these very complex shots, it can at least help you ideate and maybe envision certain outcomes a lot faster. And then it can also minimize the amount of time one would spend in developing a certain concept or pre-producing something specific. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on VEO from Google. I'm happy to get everyone's thoughts. It's a very new topic, so it'd be exciting to see what everyone thinks of this. And yeah, if you have any questions or if you want to keep discussing this, I'm leaning into this as much as I can because this technology is here, and it's only going to continue to get crazier. So trying to stay on top of it as much as I can. Like I said, OpenAI had a Spring update yesterday, now Google I/O, and I'm sure there's many more updates and releases that are going to be happening. So yeah, let me know. I'm always happy to chat about this technology and learn how people are using this, especially in the creative industry and in the creative process. So peace.